and Corporal Spencer Bynum. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
My pleasure.
It must be wonderful to be home for Christmas and to have had such a wonderful welcome today.
Absolutely fantastic. We could have not asked for more. What an opportunity, just having come back from Iraq, marching through the streets of Cardiff, and what a wonderful reception we had. Absolutely fantastic.
A wonderful day?
Truly amazing. Couldn't expect anything better, even if we had wished for.
Some people do have very mixed views, though, don't they, about the war in Iraq. So what did the support that you had today mean to you?
The support from our friends, family, and indeed all the people in Wales have been absolutely fantastic. Throughout the tour, throughout the media, we've just had 100% support, and justification was exactly today, just what we wanted. So many people on the streets and so many people in the stadium.
I mean, Julia, this brings to an end your second tour of duty in Iraq, doesn't it, I believe? What difference do you believe the Welsh Regiment has made out there?
Well, let me sum it up by saying this is probably the most violent and kinetic operation that has happened in Basra since we went there in 2003. And what we've seen has been, in the first 3 months, a very, very violent atmosphere where the soldiers were conducting really courageous acts every day. And about halfway through the tour, there were a number of opportunities that fell in place for us to reposture out of Basra and hand over to the Iraqi police and the army. And they've really stood up to the mark. So we've played our role in that, and we've been there at just the right time and delivered up what I think is just what was required at the right time, to hand over what is now a pretty stable Basra city.
Corporal Bynum, I know that you lost a very good friend, didn't you, in Iraq? You faced danger on a daily basis. Can you describe what it was like out there?
Obviously, we knew what we had to do, the job in hand, and we knew what dangers we faced every day. This didn't deter us in what we had to do. However, there were certain times where it was a very, very scary place to be at that time. And obviously, us being professional in what we do, we just continued with the operation in hand. But unfortunately, there were casualties and loss of lives, which will affect the battalion and all who knew our friends and colleagues that had passed away. It will affect us for a long time yet. However, we must go on, and we will continue to do our job as professional as we can in future operations.
And you were responsible for the younger soldiers out there, weren't you? Some, I imagine, in their teens. How did they cope with the situation?
Very well. Obviously, there was the young lads who had joined the battalion, and this was their first tour. Many of them were 18, 19-year-old lads, and overnight they became grown men and carried out the task as best as anyone else could have expected from them.
Well, it was wonderful to see both home safe and sound. And any plans for Christmas?
Quiet Christmas with the family, guaranteed. Yeah,
I'm the same.
Well, enjoy. Thank you both very much for joining us.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.